India's Prime Minister wrapping up his visit to Israel, pledging to push for a free trade agreement. Narendra Modi also promising to work closely with Israel to jointly develop and produce defense technology. The Indian leader met with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and President Isaac Herzog and signed a series of deals in other sectors, including agriculture and education. Also today, Prime Minister Modi addressed a special session of the Israeli parliament and was awarded the Medal of the Knesset. Mr. Modi says he stands firmly with Israel following the October 7, 2023 Hamas attack, but stopped short of mentioning Palestinian lives lost over the two-year war. Neha Poonia reports for CNA Live from New Delhi. Neha, what more do we know about deals signed between India and Israel?
Well, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that this was a short but a very productive visit. Before the joint press statements were made, we saw both sides exchanging a raft of agreements, including in the fields of artificial intelligence and agriculture. There was a big focus in the speeches made by both leaders, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi saying that he wants to take Israeli technology to every Indian village, and that there will be centers of excellence for agriculture set up across 100 different Indian villages. There was, of course, an acknowledgement, beg your pardon, that both sides have discussed a free trade agreement, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi saying that that will be concluded very soon. They've also agreed to partner in the fields of critical and emerging tech, particularly in the fields of quantum and critical minerals. This is important. It's coming just off the back of the AI summit that was held here in New Delhi, where building the infrastructure for India to become a global AI hub was a big focus of the Narendra Modi government. They've said that on defense, they've discussed joint development and joint production, as well as the transfer of technology, because India is very keen on not just buying arms and military hardware from countries like Israel, which is a very big supplier of this of defense equipment to New Delhi, but it wants to, build locally, construct locally, as well as it looks to become self-reliant in this field. And there's also, of course, talk on continuing to engage on mobility with the India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor, something that both leaders have discussed as well.
Neha, tangible deals with hard returns, but also Mr. Modi delivering an address to Knesset, also visiting Israel's official Holocaust memorial. So a broader message as well from this visit by the Indian Prime Minister.
Absolutely. I mean, it's his second visit in 9 years, but also he's only the second Indian Prime Minister to travel to Israel. India's had ties with Israel since the early 1990s, but experts have been telling me that, the engagement with Israel before Prime Minister Narendra Modi came to power in 2014 was more covert. But Mr. Modi has openly embraced Israel because, there are also a lot of similarities between him and Benjamin Netanyahu. Both of them project themselves as, strong leaders with big followings, and of course there's a huge support among Mr. Modi's support base here at home for Israel and its right-wing nationalistic policies, which is something that many have been cheering on as Mr. Modi has been in Israel as well. But of course, there's also been criticism that, Mr. Modi has not gone far enough when it comes to talking about Israel's war in Gaza, about criticizing the loss of lives there. He did make a reference to Gaza, both in his speech in the Israeli parliament, as well as standing alongside Benjamin Netanyahu when he delivered press statements a little while ago, where he said that humanity must never become a victim of conflict. He said that India stands to support the Gaza peace plan that the UN has floated, and that is the only way forward. But opposition parties have said that, traditionally previous governments in India have been far more vocal about their support for the Palestinian cause, for a two-state solution. And we've not seen that from Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But, officials, many diplomats are saying that, embracing Israel is a pragmatic need for New Delhi, especially as it looks to diversify partners, especially when it comes to defense procurement.
Oh, thanks. Neha Poonia there reporting for CNA Live from New Delhi.